Hello everyone, this is Phil from underKG.com. Today we're going to take a look at Huawei Ascend P6, which is the slimmest smartphone of the world, as for now. There are thinner ones coming, but who cares? We only count the ones that are in our hands. On the front, there's a front-facing camera with the receiver and a series of sensors, and there's a 4.7 inch of HD IPS Plus display and a Huawei logo. Below that, not exactly a beautiful logo there. On the right side, there is a power key volume rocker and a micro SD card slot, micro SIM card slot. How do you take these out? Is that on the left, there's a headphone jack, which took me some time to figure it out that it's actually a headphone jack. There's a this thing stuffed inside when you first get it, and this has a pin. So you put the pin into that hole, and the micro SD card slot's gonna pop out. That's how you do it, and that's micro SD card slot and the micro SIM card slot. And on the right, as I mentioned, there's a headphone jack blocked by this pin thingy in the first time, and there's a micro USB port on the top with the sub microphone. On the back, there's an 8-megapixel camera with an LED flash and another Huawei logo, and these markings and a speaker. That's pretty much it. It's got a hairline, a back panel with the hairline pattern on it, and overall, this kind of reminds me of something like this. I don't exactly want to say Apple has invented everything, including the design of the iPhone 4 and everything, but it certainly looks quite similar with the silver ring around it. And yes, this is a custom back panel, so this looks a bit more alike than the to the Huawei than the original iPhone, but it still looks quite similar, except for the fact that the Huawei P6 is a lot thinner and a lot bigger. The basic design concept looks the same. Anyway, that's the design, so it's something that you gotta decide on your own. Powering the phone up, there is a lock screen with the 4 different functions that you can launch from the lock screen, and we should drag it down to get into the home screen. This is the Huawei's default launcher called the Huawei is now pushing a user interface system called the Huawei Emotion UI. Now it's got a version 1.6. I don't know where they started, but yeah, well, they reached version 1.6. So this is Huawei launcher. It's not exactly the most beautiful launcher in the world. So I tried Apex. That's a whole lot better. But they did put some neat things. The navigation bar over here got a half translucent function, so you can see the background through the soft keys. And there is this battery percentage over here by default, which you cannot turn it off. I've been trying to find a way to turn it off. You can't. And there's a multitasking. They modded it a little to show a memory usage over there, and a one-click kill all function over there, so you can kill all apps and get more free memories over there. And notification bars got these toggle kind of things like everybody else does. And that's pretty much it. And this has got a Huawei's own quad-core processor called K3V2, if I'm not wrong, by the clock of 1.5 gigahertz. It's not exactly the best processor. I did run a benchmark test on it, an AnTuTu benchmark, and it gave the result slightly better than Galaxy S2, which is, what, 2 years old now? And but it performs pretty well, except for the fact that it generates a lot of heat on the back when you use it. I guess it's gonna be better when it comes to season and winter, but it performs pretty well. And the display especially is pretty good. It's not full HD, it's HD, but this IPS display with the Corning Gorilla Glass is performing pretty well. It gives good pictures. Overall, this is I was actually quite surprised. I wasn't expecting that much for the Chinese manufacturers' smartphones. Now, they gone a long way. They now really are better than they were like about a year or two before. So if like even now, most of the low-end smartphone market is quite dominated by the Chinese manufacturer like Huawei or ZTE. If LG or Samsung or any other manufacturers don't get up to the point that they have a marginal gap that Chinese manufacturers are not going to be able to follow up, they will definitely get replaced by Chinese manufacturers. So they better be cautious of the Chinese manufacturers. That was Huawei P6, Huawei Ascend P6. I keep forgetting the Ascend part. That was Huawei Ascend P6, and I'll see you guys in the next review of that you will first see on my YouTube channel by subscribing or my Facebook page. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next on my channel. Bye.